Hello everyone, it's Red Baron, and today we're going to be going over another event guide. This guide is going to be focused primarily on Dark Empire Invasion, some tips and tricks on how to complete this event if you're going to be active and participating, and then also what you should do even if you're AFK, you can still get a lot of points and rank high in the protection of your kingdom. To begin, let's briefly go over the event itself. So, this is only possible to participate in this event if you have 20 members in your guild. Your lords have to have level 12 castles. And then when you're setting it up, a guild leader or an R4 can choose the start time. And then you can always change this start time by clicking the change time button all the way up until the actual timer. One other important piece of information for the setup is that you actually place the fortress, and we'll go over how to defend the fortress here in a little bit. But you place this fortress, so you'll want to place it somewhere that's going to minimize the travel time for all of your guild members, and where it's also not too close to the portal that you can click go to. So you can see here, our portal is way over here on the right side. So we're not going to want to put the fortress right next to it, right? Because then they're going to get there immediately and none of our people are going to be able to get there in time. So a good spot for that would be over here in this open section. It's probably where we're going to place it. That way it's in the middle of all of our guildmates and it's far enough away where they have to go through our entire base to get to the fortress. All right, so here you can see there's three different categories of rewards that you get from this event. It's a pretty decent event. So you get rewards for just defending. So you can get AFK awards by just throwing in your troops to help your guildmates who are defending. Depending on how many points you get, you can start to get some of the magic threads for your Lord's gear, which is a somewhat difficult item to get. And your individual rewards based on your ranking of total points is where you'll get some more of your enhancement runes and as well as some gold chests, which can be very beneficial. And then as a guild, wherever your guild ranks, you'll be getting rewards as well. So of these, the most beneficial is going to be the defense points rewards. It's just your participation in the event because you're going to be getting those Lord's gear materials, as well as some of those universal hero shards that you should all be saving. So let's get into some of the details of the event. This is an invasion, so this portal is going to have troops coming out of it, and they will be attacking in waves. There are 20 total waves, 1 through 20, and then in 5 wave intervals, so 5, 10, 15, and 20, it'll attack a specific target, which is going to be that fortress that your guild is going to have put down. So these waves come out of the abyss portal right here, and they will, on waves 1 through 4, attack pretty much every single base. On 5, it'll give you time to go to the fortress. It'll attack the fortress. Then 6 through 9, it's going to go back to bases, and that's just going to repeat itself until the event is over. All right, so the first strategy is if you're going to be online and actively participating. So what you want to do if you're online and you're able to participate in the event is send all of your troops, yes, all of your troops, to reinforce other castles. So you're just going to send out all of your troops reinforcing other castles, and you want to make sure that you try and reinforce the ones that don't already have someone in there. So it'll tell you right here, 0 of 3, reinforce, and then you can send somebody to go help that team. The caveat to this is you want to make sure you're working with other players that are online. That way they will reinforce your castle. Because if your castle is not reinforced and you lose 2 defense attacks, then you will no longer score points in this event. So if for whatever reason you're not able to have somebody defending your castle and all your troops are sent out, you'll want to recall one of your troops to defend your own castle, or you won't get points. When you hit wave 5, 10, 15, and 20, you should have enough time to recall your troops to your territory. That will allow them to get more soldiers, and then you can send out only one of your troops to the fortress, and you should have time to do all of that before the invasion legion gets over there to attack the fortress. The last strategy is if you're going to be AFK during the event, you can still participate, you can still get points, and you can still get those rewards. So you're going to leave one of your troops in your castle. You're going to reinforce, if you have, just 3 unlocked, you'll reinforce one other castle, and you'll reinforce one, or send one to reinforce the fortress. So that's going to protect yourself so you won't have those 2 losses. And then that's also going to allow you to get extra points from defending the fortress and from defending another guildmate's castle. So this is a pretty nice event, especially because sometimes it can be at difficult times where you're not able to log in, but it's one of those events where you can still participate and get those rewards. That is all the information that you need to know for the Dark Invasion event. Like I said, it's a pretty good event. You're able to get some pretty decent awards even if you're AFK. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll continue making event guides as well as some other guides for this new game. I'll see you around.